Was a deadly day on the water at York River State Park, too. A 35-year-old woman and a 9-year-old girl were trapped when their boat capsized.
4 other people involved are expected to survive. Chief Meteorologist Don Slater will be going over how the weather could have played into this. But first, 10 on your side's Liz Kilmer joins us from the hospital with the latest.
We're told that group was enjoying the sunny day fishing when somehow their boat overturned in choppy water. As you said, a woman and a young girl didn't make it. A quiet day, but with swift currents, noted on this danger sign at Croaker Landing.
It was pretty choppy.
Risk that played out tragically 8 miles away on the York River.
There's no indication of a collision, only a capsizing.
Lieutenant Scott Naff with the Department of Game and Inland Fisheries is talking about this 20-foot pleasure boat. Recovered and pulled to shore by officers around 6 Tuesday night. Hours earlier, it suddenly somehow overturned as 6 people were fishing. 2 of them didn't make it.
Just a lot of troopers and police officers and fire department, Marine police, all of them here basically down at the parking lot.
Officials say dispatch received the call around 2:40. First responders pulled the people from the choppy water. The woman and young girl entering cardiac arrest.
Performing CPR when they left the dock heading to the hospital.
Lieutenant Naff says the 2 victims were wearing life vests when the boat toppled over. Officials believe they became trapped beneath and appear to have drowned.
We want people to boat safely and smartly and enjoy their time out, and that our thoughts and prayers are with the family.
It's unclear for now what exactly caused the boat to capsize. Officials say the wind and current could have done it.
I don't know. I mean, if it's rough water, you want to have your life jackets and stuff on, but hopefully maybe that was why. Just before people were saved.
And officials say that this is a safety reminder for folks. Always wear your life jackets. Make sure you have the right size and the right amount for the number of people, and exercise extreme caution while on the water. Don, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Liz. You had mentioned earlier in the day when you were first covering this story at 5:30, and 6 that there was a chop on the water. It was windy out there. However, for most of us, it wasn't all that windy a day. Now, the wind is down even further from what we saw at 5:36, but it's still out of the southeast, and you can see it's blowing right on up the York River. Now, earlier in the day, the winds were a little bit stronger than they are right now, but it's southeasterly throughout the area. Now, this could have been a gap wind. Southeast winds were gusting to around 23 miles an hour. Now, that's from 2 reporting stations about 20 miles away from each other on the York River. There aren't a lot of reporting stations out there. A localized wind can be much stronger at a point of land. In other words, you're going around the bend, and there's a point there, a point of land, and you could end up with something called a gap wind. So you got to watch out for those. And you go around the corner, start going around the corner, and before you even hit the corner, you end up with these strong winds. The air compresses because of the riverbanks. It's mass. Air is mass, and it's compressed, and it shoots out like that. So when you're going around a corner or going around a bend in the river, a point on the water, again, you can encounter some of these strong winds like that. So that's one theory about what could have happened with that. We're going to talk coming up about what's going on with our weather. We got some big changes coming up. I'll have them all for you in just a few minutes.